Good morning. It is Saturday morning. I wanted to do a little walk and talk to update you guys on all the health stuff that's been happening lately. And before I start my timer for my run today, I just want to kind of get this update out of the way. So here we go. Number one, the ADHD meds are working like a dream. This is exactly what I was hoping for, exactly what I was wanting. I've literally never felt as good as I do now. My mind is much more quiet. I don't struggle with myself to get anything done. I just do things. And I've just been wondering, is this what normal people feel like every day? Is this what I've been missing out on this whole time? Because this is great. This is amazing. This is exactly what I was hoping for. And I know that medicine is not the, answer or whatever for a lot of people, but it absolutely 100% is for me. And I'm so happy. Number two is a little bit more of a downer, the vasculitis. I saw a rheumatologist yesterday, an actual good one. And she actually had a game plan because she actually knew what to do. Although the bad thing is that the treatment plan is going to take literal months to get the vasculitis under control because it has been going on for so long. And the kicker is that this started the beginning of October 2024. I went on 3 different rounds of prednisone and it came back every time. And that should have been a red flag for every doctor that I told. They should have helped me immediately get in to see a good rheumatologist, because what we learned yesterday from the rheumatologist was that vasculitis is not supposed to last this long. It's just not. And so if the vasculitis does not get calmed down by the prednisone, then a different treatment plan has to be put in place. And none of that happened for me over the last 9 months. So now, instead of taking, maybe a month or 2 to get all this stuff under control, it could take 6 months. Who knows? But multiple months. And that just kind of kills me, And honestly, I think the thing that I'm most angry about with that situation is that I saw the first rheumatologist all the way back in January of this year. And I explained to him, hey, I went on 3 different rounds of prednisone, right after I was diagnosed, basically, through the month of October and the first week of November. It came back every time. And I told him that. And his literal only solution was just to throw more prednisone at the problem. And I told him I had reservations. He didn't explain any of the stuff that I learned yesterday from the other rheumatologist. He didn't explain any of that. I told him my reservations. I said, hey, I already went through 3 rounds, came back every time. Why would I take more if it's just going to come back every time? And with him being a rheumatologist, you would think that that would raise a red flag for him, and he would mark that and be like, oh, okay, so the prednisone obviously didn't calm the vasculitis. I mean, you'd think he would come up with some sort of different treatment plan with him being a rheumatologist and all, but that's not what happened. And so I was pushed off to a different doctor. He just told me to go see my gastroenterologist because I told him I have Crohn's disease, because I have to tell every doctor that I have that. And they all just wanted to blame the Crohn's disease. Maybe it's the Crohn's disease. And I'm like, no, but okay. So I see my gastroenterologist, and she actually tries to come up with a different solution. So she's like, let's change your Crohn's med. And I was like, okay, let's try it. And so we do. The new Crohn's med, fine. Does it do anything for the vasculitis? No. So obviously the Crohn's med wasn't the problem. And so now, this was back in oh, the spring. And so now we're going into summer. And now it's just like, what the fuck are we supposed to do now? Literally every doctor I've seen that I can try to get referrals to or whatever within my network has either not helped or been a little bit of help and then pushed me off to somebody else. So finally my husband had to step in. He's a very, I don't want to say aggressive, but he's very determined. He doesn't deal with bullshit, and he's not the one going through this, because by that time I was just so defeated. I was like, fuck it, whatever, I give up. I'll just take Benadryl for the rest of my life. I don't care anymore. I'm sick of this. And he was like, no, this is unacceptable. So he pushed and pushed and pushed to try to get us into like a vasculitis specialist. And through his efforts, that's how we were able to see the rheumatologist yesterday. So thank God for him. I'm so glad to have somebody like that in my corner, because I'm just exhausted by this whole thing. So anyway, finally got in to see the rheumatologist. She actually knows about vasculitis. She was actually telling us very helpful information. She actually had answers to all of our questions. And she actually had like a treatment plan in place to help treat vasculitis, because she told us vasculitis should not be going on for this long and be as active as it is, like it is in your case. And she didn't say that it was like too late, but she definitely kind of implied that like the fact that this has gone on for so long now is going to take even longer to get under control than it would have if we had done this sooner. And I literally couldn't help it. I just broke down crying. I was so upset. I was so angry, frustrated, defeated, tired. And I told her, I was like, I literally went to see a rheumatologist in January. I didn't learn any of this stuff. He just wanted to throw more prednisone at the problem and send me on my way. And so, like my husband has been saying, basically I need like a case manager for my case. Now with the rheumatologist on board, I think we might actually get somewhere. I think we might actually have a network of people who can be the case manager or the project manager of my case. So I really appreciate all the doctors who did help, but I really want this to kind of be a cautionary tale for not just you guys, but for anybody who works in healthcare. If you know better, don't just shove somebody off to somebody else. If something's raising a red flag for you, then honestly, you need to act on it. Because me, the person, I'm going through this and I can only do so much of my own research. I don't know what I don't know. None of us, like plebeians, know what we don't know, really, truly. Okay, so if you know something that I don't, I need you to bring it up. I need you to act on it. Because what's been happening for the last 9 months is that the people who may or may not have had red flags raised, they didn't act on it. They didn't say anything about it. They're trying to put the responsibility on me, the full responsibility. Meanwhile, what am I supposed to do? I'm literally coming to you for help, and you're expecting me to somehow know all the red flags of my condition? No. So anyway, I guess the long and the short of that is just, if you know better, and if you see something, for the love of God, say something. So that's all I really have. The ADHD is under control. The vasculitis has been a saga, but I'm still here. Here we are. And yeah, see you guys later, I guess.